What if the brand known for never settle is suddenly the one settling, or at least changing the things that made it stand out? That's the surprising twist right now. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. Instead of competitors copying OnePlus, it looks like OnePlus itself might be stepping away from one of its most distinctive strengths, even as it prepares to launch two new phones that look incredible on paper. And that's what makes this moment so interesting, because on one hand, the specs are getting wild in a good way, but on the other, there's this growing question: does any of it matter if people aren't sure they can rely on the brand long term? Let's start with what's actually coming. OnePlus is gearing up to launch two devices in India on May 7th, the Nord CE6 and the Nord CE6 Lite. These aren't flagship killers in the traditional sense, but they're clearly designed to hit that sweet spot of performance, battery, and price. The Nord CE6 is the more powerful of the two, and it's stacked. You're getting a 6.78-inch display with a 144 Hz refresh rate and 1.5K resolution, which already puts it ahead of a lot of mid-range phones. But the real standout is the dual-chip setup, a Snapdragon 7S Gen 4 paired with a touch reflex SoC. That's not something you usually see in this segment. The idea here is sustained performance, not just short bursts of speed. So whether you're gaming or multitasking, the phone should stay smooth without throttling. Add to that a large vapor chamber for cooling, and it's clearly built for heavy use. But the biggest headline feature? The battery. An 8,000 mAh unit with 80-watt fast charging. That's massive. We're talking about a phone that could realistically last multiple days for average users, and it even supports bypass charging and reverse wired charging, which makes it more versatile than most. Durability is also getting a big push, with multiple IP ratings and even MIL STD certification. So it's not just powerful, it's built to last physically too. Then there's the Nord CE6 Lite. On paper, it's the budget option, but it doesn't feel like a major downgrade. It's expected to run on a Dimensity 7400 Apex chip and still offers a 144 Hz display, which is impressive at this level. The battery drops slightly to 7,000 mAh, but let's be real, that's still huge. In fact, it's significantly larger than what you get in competing devices like Samsung's Galaxy A series, which have been stuck around 5,000 mAh for years. So in terms of raw hardware, OnePlus is clearly pushing boundaries, especially with battery life, and that's been one of its strongest differentiators lately. Phones like the Turbo 6 with a 9,000 mAh battery are proof that the company is willing to go further than most. But here's where things get complicated. There are ongoing rumors about OnePlus scaling back or even shutting down in certain global markets. Nothing is fully confirmed, but the uncertainty is enough to make people hesitate. Because buying a smartphone isn't just about specs anymore, it's about trust. If you're spending $500 or more, you want to know that your phone will be supported, updated, and usable for years. And that's where OnePlus is starting to lose some confidence from users. It creates this weird contrast. On one side, you have some of the most exciting hardware in the mid-range space: huge batteries, high refresh rate displays, and innovative performance setups. On the other, there's a question mark hanging over availability, software support, and long-term reliability. And that might be the bigger story here. Because even if OnePlus continues to deliver incredible specs, it won't matter much if people feel uncertain about the brand's future. Features alone aren't enough anymore. Reliability, consistency, and trust, they're just as important. Personally, this feels like a turning point. OnePlus still has the ability to offer better value than competitors like Samsung, especially in terms of hardware. But value isn't just about what you get today, it's about how long that value lasts. So yeah, these new Nord CE6 models look genuinely impressive. They might even be some of the best options in their category. But the real question isn't just whether they're good, it's whether OnePlus can convince people to believe in them again. Because if that trust comes back, these phones could be huge. If it doesn't, even the best specs in the world might not be enough. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.